Okay, so I'm returning to some Joe Rogan. The reason I'm kind of like a little, I'm laughing at myself actually because I started off saying that he was new to the channel, but the deal is actually I had a brain fart and I just now remembered while I was recording the intro that no, I have done a Joe Rogan video, sort of, kind of. It was the one where he and Bill Burr were talking about outrage culture, but I completely forgot about that because my main focus on that particular video was Bill Burr. So anyway, this would be the second Joe Rogan video that I've put up on my channel. I do have another one saved in my to watch list. It's one with him and Danica Patrick talking about something about men and women, or I don't remember the exact title. But anyway, this, I believe, is the one about where he is saying that there are more tigers in captivity than in the wild. And I'm pretty sure that this is the correct video because the person who recommended it to me indicated that this was the one. That's been a little while back, so hopefully my memory is accurate and this is indeed the right one. But let's go ahead and check it out.
That's a good religion. It's a good cult. Some cults aren't that good. They get fucking testy. You know the one.
His face.
You don't have to say, you know what I'm talking about.
His eyes.
It's that one that'll kill you if you draw their guy.
Uh,
Come on, man. I can't even draw your dude. What if I draw a dude drawing your dude? No loopholes. Fucking relax, bro.
His face.
And this isn't just like theoretical. People have died because they made cartoons. Before the most recent Paris attacks, there was a magazine called Charlie Hebdo, and they were attacked where 11 cartoonists were killed. 11 more were wounded, and they killed a cop too. Fucking crazy over cartoons. And when there's radical, crazy people.
I'm hoping this is the right video. He's not talking about tigers yet. Okay.
In the world, what's interesting is the reaction to radical, crazy people and how everything just sort of kind of balances itself out when things get weird. Because when these people got killed over a cartoon, the whole world was in shock. The whole world was outraged. But one of the scariest things about it was nobody wanted to print those pictures. You couldn't see them in the LA Times. You couldn't find them in Time Magazine. You had to go online and find them. It was a dark moment for free speech because everybody's like, oh, I don't want to get killed. I don't want to show the pictures. It was
still a lot of dark moments for free speech, you guys. Like, seriously. We're in some really scary times right now. It's not even funny.
Speech because everybody's like, oh, I don't want to get killed. I don't want to show the pictures. It was weird until the balance. Because after they got killed and nobody wanted to print the pictures, word got back to Texas.
Oh.
Where they promptly held a Draw Muhammad contest in Garland, Texas. I'm not making a word of this up. You can Google it and I'll wait. They had a Draw Muhammad contest.
Oh, that's
Garland,
awesome.
Texas. 2 dudes showed up, started shooting at the building. They were killed almost instantly.
No.
Because they were at a Draw Muhammad contest
In Texas.
How obvious does the trap have to be before you start getting suspicious?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My laugh was really loud on that. I think I don't know what, I was not expecting to be so tickled, but that did tickle me. Okay. Is he going to talk about tigers? Is this the right video? I hope this is the right video, you guys.
You start getting suspicious. What are you living in, a Wile E. Coyote cartoon, motherfucker? You ever go to Texas? That's not Santa Monica, bitch. That's a totally different kind of white people.
Yeah.
Those are some Wild West people that have computers and modern guns. They're not supposed to be there. People didn't evolve in Texas. It's not like they were monkeys and they became people and they stayed in that spot. No. No, they landed on boats on the East Coast. The stubborn ones stayed. The smart ones made it to California. But
oh, I don't know about the smart ones. Look, Joe, he's moving to Texas from California, like a lot of people are, and with good reason. This is funny. Okay, I'm sorry. It's been such a crappy few days. I am feeling like I'm getting a case of the giggles, like when things are just so stressful sometimes. Sometimes you just have those little crazy laughing fits for no reason at all. But I don't know. I'm feeling a little giggle happy right now. Okay, let's proceed.
On the East Coast, the stubborn ones stayed. The smart ones made it to California. But along the way, we lost a bunch of people. And some of them just stuck around while y'all go ahead. We're going to hang back here. I'm going to draw the biggest dick the world's ever seen in the sand. My wife's got the biggest titties. I'm going to try to fuck a snake. I think it can be done. They just stayed. They just gathered cattle, stockpiled ammo, and they all talk alike. And that's why you got to be nervous. You got to be nervous in places with accents, okay? And so one of the reasons why I can prove that California is the best spot to live.
Oh, no.
So all the spots that...
No, I totally disagree. Joe, he has changed his mind. Okay, look. In my opinion, and I have family in California. In my opinion, the only decent thing about California is the weather. That's not enough of a draw. I am not a fan of California. I'm not a fan of a lot of the states with humongousOid populations in them as far as in central locations. Like, I don't like LA. I don't like New York. I don't like New York City and specifically. It's just like there are too many people. And when you get too many people, it's like too much craziness goes on, especially in the politics. So there's a lot of people in Texas, yeah, but Texas seems to be pretty unique. And obviously that's the point he's making. I could see myself living in a place like Texas, honestly. But the problem is when you have a lot of people fleeing certain states because of economic issues or things that are going on in those states, but then they bring their voting preferences with them. And it can kind of turn that state into something that you were trying to flee, which makes no sense to me. But anyway, it's funny to see him say this stuff knowing that he's moving to Texas. He needs to do a 2.0 of this particular bit. Okay.
Talk alike, and that's why you got to be nervous. You got to be nervous in places with accents, okay? And so one of the reasons why I can prove that California is the best spot to live. So all the spots that suck, they all have to sound like each other. Because I grew up in a place like that. I grew up in Boston. It's not that the people in Boston sucks, but the weather sucks.
Oh, yes.
It's fucking horrible.
Yes, it's terrible. But I don't like Boston either, just for the same reasons as other. But Boston is awful. I had family that lived in Boston, too. One of my brothers used to live up there, and it was just absolutely terrible. A lot of those northern states really super cold. Oh, my goodness. It's miserable.
It's not that the people in Boston sucks, but the weather sucks. It's fucking horrible. And in the winter, everybody gets in their car in the morning and just goes, fuck, 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 fuck.
Right.
And everybody's worried about it. It's the real possibility you might starve to death one day. You might freeze trying to walk home. So they all talk in the same way. Oh my God, how many more months of summer? When is this
He
fucking
does not
winter
sound like a
gonna be
Bostonian.
over? We need more firewood. Yeah. They have to sound like the people around them. So if other people invade, we stick together. We're all in this together. That's how they are in Texas, too. They're like, yeah, y'all ain't from around here, are you? They have a fucking certain way of talking, which is proof positive why California's the best spot. Try making fun of a California accent. What are you going to do? Speak clear and concise? What are you going to do? You going to mock us?
Yes, I shall.
Some shit that everybody understands?
But I get his point about the accent. That's funny.
They're not supposed to be in Texas, folks. It's not even a state. It's a republic. They're like, man, we ain't so sure about this whole United States thing. We're going to hang back. Hang back, see how this plays out.
Uh-huh.
They don't have any rules. They have like 3 pages of rule books. Here's how I know this. I'm going to tell you.
That's honestly pretty dang awesome, you guys, because that's how it should be as far as I'm concerned. You know? Like, the less overbearing government, the better for everybody. Liberty and individual freedom and all that.
They don't have any rules. They have like 3 pages of rule books. Here's
This is
how I
not
know
the
this.
tiger
I'm going to tell
thing.
you a fact about Texas that'll change the way you think about Texas.
Wait, maybe it is.
There are more tigers in captivity
in
Texas in private collections than there are in all of the wild of the world.
Oh, wow. Okay. So before I started this, I thought he was going to be saying just in captivity in general, like in zoos and stuff like that, and maybe with some private people. But no, he's talking about privately owned tigers. More of them in captivity in Texas. Whoa. That is interesting. He finally got to it. It's taken almost the entire video. I was not expecting. So this is going to be one of those videos where the title of it or the supposed main theme of it is actually just a little portion of it. But anyway, this is mostly about Texas. So, in general.
I'm going to repeat it because I know you're like, oh, the Fear Factor guy's just making shit up to make his jokes work.
His eyes?
There's more tigers in dudes' yards in Texas than the rest of the fucking planet. How is that possible? Because they can. Because they went through the rule book. Don't say shit about tigers. Order it up, dude. Order it up, dude. One guy got a tiger, and his neighbor's like, shit, I didn't know we'd get tigers. He got 2 tigers. The first guy was like, I ain't about to let this faggot out tiger. And he opened up Tiger World with his oil money. We're going to need those people, folks, if the Russians invade. We can't make fucking warrior babies with those chicks in Marin County with fake asses and rubber lips, okay? We're gonna need some real warrior genes. We're gonna need some women who wear non-ironic Daisy Dukes.
Non-ironic.
Cowboy boots with no socks and stinky feet. And they yell out, Chris Kyle, rest in peace when you make them come.
Okay.
We need those women. The Russians come, we gotta be ready. Think about the children. Think about the children while I get a sip.
Okay.
Super important, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people are sleeping on. Imagine if I had real points.
Oh, shoot. Okay. I think I stopped it before. I think it's it. I don't think there's any more. I don't know what this is saying here. Anyway, okay, well, that was freaking hilarious. I was much more tickled by it than I thought I would be, especially because when I first started to film this, I was a little bit like I have been lately, and I'm sorry if it's coming through in the videos, but, you know, it is what it is. But I ended up having much more fun than I thought I would. Not that I don't have fun when I do these, but sometimes I can be a little distracted, or maybe sometimes I go into some of these videos thinking it's going to be something and it ends up not being quite what I expected. And so maybe it's not as humorous to me, but this was fun. And I really like Joe Rogan. I have liked Joe Rogan. Okay. I have liked Joe Rogan since I first saw him on Fear Factor. Long time ago. And then of course I saw he was in MMA stuff. And I was seeing, why does that happen sometimes? It is so random. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I started seeing him. Sometimes I would see some MMA matches and I would see him in there. So I knew he kind of was like into that as well. I'm not super big into MMA. It's just I recognized that he was showing up in matches and stuff like that. And then of course, you know, his podcast, and it's really fun to listen to. I like Joe Rogan and his seemingly continuous desire to know and understand more and more about pretty much everything under the sun. Like the guests he has on his podcast, it's so diverse. And I don't mean diverse in the sense of what diverse means today, but diverse in the sense that there's just so many different types of people that show up on there. I mean, it's just, he's got the scientists on there, he's got conspiracy theorists folks on there. And I don't necessarily say that in a bad way either, though sometimes there are negative connotations attached to that label. And he's had Mike Tyson on there, of course, Bill Burr, comedians and historians and political people, and it's like a little bit of everything you can find to watch or to listen to on his podcast. And they just sit down and they just have these cool little conversations. And it's just it's such a neat thing he's got going. And so I don't listen to him super religiously. I'm more into true crime podcasts when I do listen to podcasts, but every once in a while I will check out Joe Rogan, and I've seen his list of guests, and it's really cool. But I have seen at least one time before one of his comedy bits. It was just a little tiny segment, and it's the one he was talking about circumcision. This is another reason I like Joe Rogan. He is against that. That it's done to children, not talking about any potential medical issues that may necessitate something like that, which is much more rare than people have been led to believe. But anyway, I saw him talking about that in this little comedy bit. Maybe I'll watch it sometime for my channel, but of course I'll have to add the disclaimer that I have seen it before, because I have seen it before. But when I saw that, I was just like, I'd already liked him before, and then I saw that, and I was like, oh, dude, you're awesome, period. I love this. And I've just really appreciated him even more since then. So I'm going to look for some more of his comedy stuff, and especially also I'll check out that Danica Patrick little clip, because I did not watch her appearance on the show. I mean, there have been tons of his shows that I have not watched as far as his podcast episodes. But anyway, okay, well, this was fun, and I'm glad I was able to laugh. Can't think of anything else to add though, and I think it's already tomorrow, and I gotta take poor Dora out. That's always that's always quite the challenge, to take her to the bathroom, because of how, and how I can't even talk, because of the condition that she's in. So anyway, okay, I'm going to go ahead and shut up and see you guys later. Hasta luego.